Start clapping right now for the one and only Sidney Smith!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers to everybody out there. Thank you guys for coming out. Cheers. So, I don't like other people's kids, man. And the group of other people's kids I dislike the most are my mother's kids. Not a fan of my mother's children. My baby sister, don't get me wrong, I love her, but I don't like her. And I don't like her because she's always dating the wrong guy. Always. I can line up 10 dudes, 9 of them could be rich, 1 could be a homeless bum, and she'll fall in love with the homeless bum every fucking time. And my mother always helps her hide the new boyfriend. Always. She won't give it up. Takes a little while, she finally will tell you. Well, the new boyfriend, she hit him because he's a drug dealer. Yeah, some of y'all are with it, some of y'all are not. Explain something to you. Because he's a drug dealer who also rides the bus. And selling drugs is like any other job. If you have to ride the bus to get to your job, you are not good at your motherfucking job. I had to sit him down and ask him, you can't sell enough weed to lease the Corolla? Get your life together, man. What are you doing? What are you doing with yourself, man? My mother's other son, not a fan of his either. We're from Detroit originally. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? And in Detroit, we go to Canada a lot. He got busted trying to take weed across the border and called me to complain about it. Now, I don't know why he would call me. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys something a lot of people will not believe. I myself have never partaken in that natural herb. I have not, but there's a couple things I know about you all who have. And I know you don't need to pack weed and take it on vacation. I know people who smoke weed will just give it away for free. I can guarantee you there's 2 motherfuckers in this room that met because one of y'all had weed outside. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. So you don't need to do that. Y'all just give it away. Number 2, weed is everywhere. There's no reason to pack it. You don't see fat people packing Big Macs before they take a cruise, do you? So use your head, fucking idiot. Idiot. Now, if I'm being completely honest, it's just not my mother's children. I don't like children, period. This whole generation of other people's kids is driving me crazy. They're soft. They're weak. They're pussies. Can't touch this. Can't wear that. Can't be in sunlight. Fuck you. Can't eat a peanut. You tell me what kind of devil child can't eat a peanut. I just want to open up a daycare center and feed them all peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the first week and see how many survive. And I'm gonna call the daycare Only the Strongest Survives. But fuck these kids, man. Can't stand them. Can't stand them. Can't ride a bicycle without putting on a helmet. Elbow pads, knee pads. When we were kids, when you rode your bike, you just got on it and you rode it. And if you fell off that motherfucker and you didn't get up, that was God's way of saying you weren't supposed to be here. Sit. Sit, man. Helmets. Now you got these politicians that want to send these same kids off the war. You can't send all these kids off the war. They can't eat peanuts. You think I want to get up, turn on the news to see we lost 100 troops to the Afghans because the Afghans had peanut butter on spoons? Just waving it around? Put your rifle down and get your ass in the van before I fuck up your whole day. Yes, it is chunky peanut butter, bitch. Get your ass in the van before I fuck you up. Pussies, man. Nonsense. Now, I myself, I love doing this job because it lets me be honest. And I dislike other people's kids enough. I have a holiday I'm trying to get off the ground. And it's called Slap the Kid Day. Few of you clapped, some of you grimaced. For you grimacers, let me explain something to you. Slap a Kid Day is not for slapping your own children. You should already be doing that. Slap a Kid Day is for slapping other people's kids. Now, we all been there. Sunday morning, you went out the night before with your friends, you drank, you did shots, and you did all that. In that anticipation of going out with your friends, you forgot to go buy breakfast food. So you get up, and you're hungover, and you go to your grocery store, and you just grab some eggs, man. You even forgot to put on one of your shoes. You just standing there, just waiting to pay for these fucking eggs. And there's some child sitting right there in the cart looking at you. And you know deep inside that this child's getting ready to do some shit he ain't supposed to do. But you also know there's not a goddamn thing you can really do about it. Wouldn't it be nice to have Slap a Kid Day, to slap the shit out of that kid? The reason why I came up with this holiday, because I had some friends over to my house recently, and I caught their son, Tanner, drawing on my freshly painted wall with an ink pen. And I think we can tell by Tanner's name what color Tanner is. And in America, black people can't slap white kids without going straight to death row. But if I had Slap a Kid Day, I would set my alarm clock for 6:30 in the morning. And when it goes off, I get up, I put on my Nike flip-flops, I drive all the way across town, and I ring that doorbell. And when Tanner answers the door, I slap the shit out of Tanner's ass. And when he starts crying, saying, "I'm calling the police," not today, motherfucker, it's a holiday, not today. Not today. Fuck these kids, man. Fuck these kids. My wife, who I've been with for 10 years, we've been married for 5, we've been together for 10 years. Take it easy. Those are either unmarried people or people who are getting ready to die, who are clapping. If you're still in the middle of your marriage, you are not clapping. You know, you only halfway through that motherfucker. You got a lot of time to go. So take it easy, take it easy. But she tells me I'm mean. And I say, so what? The last thing as a heterosexual man in this country we're allowed to do is be angry. Every fucking day. If you're a man over 35, when your alarm clock goes off, when you get up, your feet touch the ground, you're already fucking pissed. Already. And I'm gonna tell you ladies something. I'm gonna tell you what doesn't help. Rubbing our backs and asking us questions at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, what's wrong with you? Shut up, bitch, leave me alone. It's only 6 o'clock in the morning. Shut up, bitch, I know what time it is, see? The way we look at it, you ask for all of that. Let us be upset. But she's so nice, she's like a Smurf. She's so fucking nice. Ugh. If you knew her and didn't love her, you'd puke on your own fucking shoes. She's so nice. And what nice people always want to do is infect you with their kindness. So I'm constantly with a pillow just batting her off of me. Just get off of me. I don't want any of that. And she's always trying to get me to be nice to certain groups of people. I don't want to be nice to everybody. There's a certain group of people who are just not my kind of people. I just don't care for them. You know, like I'm not a fan of the homeless. Don't act like you give a fuck. You don't give a fuck about them either. Sitting here looking at me like I'm wrong. You motherfuckers gonna drive home the same way I drive home. You gonna pull up to that red light, Turn your head slightly to the right. And use your peripheral vision to wait to see that motherfucker turn green. Speed your ass off that mark. Fucking give me no shit like you gonna take 2 home. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Now let me explain something to you. I don't dislike the homeless because I'm an evil person. All right, I'm not a fucking moral supervillain. That's not what it is. All right, that's not why. I just think they got it too easy with the job that they have. Fuck you if you don't think it's a job. Just like you do, them motherfuckers show up every morning for that job, take breaks from that job, and go where the fuck they live when their shift is over from that fucking job. It's a fucking job. And if you're gonna have a job, there should be some training. You can't jump up, start asking people for money without taking a class first. And I'm not talking about an entire semester, I'm talking about 1 week at your local college, 1 week, Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday, you learn some shit. Then on Friday, we have a graduation. We give you your first Sharpie, your first piece of cardboard. Turn you fucking loose, man, let you go do your shit. But you're gonna learn some very, very valuable skills that Monday through Thursday. First thing you're gonna learn on Monday is if you're gonna be homeless and asking me for my money, you cannot have a cell phone. What are you doing on the phone? Nobody's taking that call. You don't need a phone. Everybody in this fucking room has a broke cousin that they won't take that call from. You shoot that motherfucking voicemail every time Earl calls you. Rule number 2, if you're gonna be homeless and ask me for my money, I can't see you making change for a bill larger than a 20. You can make change for a bill larger than 20, you can go get a fucking suit and get a job. Rule number 3, if you're gonna be homeless and ask me for my money, you can't have a pet. No. What are you doing holding this dog hostage every day? Got this dog tied to you with a shoestring. I feel like if the homeless guy would let the dog go, the dog would have a better shot at a good life. Like he's holding this motherfucker back. And rule number 4, if you're gonna be homeless, before you ask me for my money, I need you to eat that dog first before you ask me for my money. I don't believe you're hungry. Brother, you look thick. Look like you can take care of yourself. Let me tell you something. If I'm homeless and you're tied to me with a shoestring, sun goes down, you're fucking dinner, bro. That is it. Nothing survives. Nothing survives right now. There's this homeless couple that hangs out in the McDonald's parking lot in my neighborhood. And it drives me nuts. Nuts. Because I live in a really nice area and I don't know how they're getting there. Bus doesn't go that far north. I don't know how those homeless people are getting there. But one day, I went over, the wife wanted me to stop and get her some chicken nuggets on the way home, so I did that. And this couple was out there in the parking lot like they always are. And something just caught my eye when I came out. They were standing there, an able-bodied Caucasian couple, holding one sign between the two of them like this. So I walked up and I said, "What are you doing holding one sign?" "Make 2 signs, split up, cover the whole parking lot." I said, "This is a stupid fucking business plan. Who put this together?" Put this shit together, man. And then I looked her right in her fucking eyes. And I said, "Let me tell you something. No. You have a pussy. You have no business being homeless." Don't groan. Some of you in this room have bartered your pussies for less than a place to stay. So don't. I've been at 2-for-1 shots too, motherfuckers. Fucking bitches just walking through the parking lot, one shoe slung over their fucking neck, they're just limping trying to get there. Don't groan. Don't groan. But if I am being completely honest, I gotta tell the ladies something. I am just a little jealous of you and your vagina. I'm a little jealous of it because I think of the things that I would do if I had a sweet black pussy. I thought about it. I would have never learned how to read. I would have just got through high school. And I would have went straight to stripping. And I'd have given this sweet black pussy a name like Chocolate Sundae. Some of y'all out here with your pussy, you fuck it up. Y'all out here just having kids, that is not an improvement situation for your pussy. That is not you wrecking it. Money's going out the door. You gotta bring money in with your pussy. Somebody out there with a tight pussy said facts. Look, man. People have kids, and that's cool. Whatever's good for you, whatever makes you happy. Some of you didn't mean to, but it's the decision that you made. But I do have questions I want to ask people who have kids. I do. I have like a hope. Like my wife and I have a podcast we do together, and I want to start another one where we just sit down and we talk to people who have kids. Because I have serious questions for you people. Now, my first question would be to that couple, if you are going to have children, why would you have more than two? Why would you intentionally outnumber yourself? Stop at 2 kids. Play a strong man-to-man defense for the next 18 to 20 years. Some of y'all out here having 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, and you playing a shitty zone at the mall every weekend. Every weekend. The mother is off in JCPenney's behind the bras hiding. The kids are running around just touching shit, talking to strangers. The dad is hoping the stranger takes one of these kids. Then the dad out of nowhere just yells, I swear to God, Tanner, you touch one more thing. You touch one more thing, Tanner, I'm gonna kill you. I gotta go over to the dad, explain to him, sir, you can't kill Tanner. Look at your palms, you have soft palms. They'll ass fuck you in the first week of prison. You can't go to jail with those palms. Take it easy, man. I was out recently, and I saw this woman walking through the parking lot. And it was absolutely amazing what I saw. She was wearing one of those stupid contraptions that allows you to carry 2 kids on your body at the same time. Which I think is the first sign that you have too many fucking kids. And so she had one motherfucker slid down the front, and then she had another motherfucker down on the back. Which I think is unfair because you have no idea what's happening to this kid behind you. Fucking big ass heads just bobbing around, dying of thirst back here. But then she had a third one in a stroller. I was appalled too. I just yelled at her, swallow next time. I'm not saying you have to, ladies, your mouth, your choice. It is an option, it's out there. Busting all those fucking kids all the time. My wife is a school teacher. Oh, y'all don't give a fuck, huh? No. I know by the parent-teacher conference attendances, y'all don't give a fuck, so don't worry about it. No, she's a teacher, man. She loves those kids way too much, in my opinion. I've been to more fucking softball games and basketball games of children that I did not bust a nut to produce. But she loves them, man. She loves them. She loves them. I can make this about you if you don't shut up. Black Jesus told me my life would be better if I had more white friends, and but she takes care of these kids, man, and there's always some frustration with, if you are married to a teacher or no teachers, there's always frustration at the beginning of the year with these kids, always. It's just like if you have any relatives who've been to prison. It's the same situation. And my advice every school year before she leaves, I cook her breakfast, I make her coffee, I give her a nice kiss. I don't even try to fuck her the night before so she has energy. And before she walks out, I say, you find the biggest kid and you punch that motherfucker right in the throat. Set the expectation for the fucking year for the rest of the motherfuckers. There's not a person in this room except for a 1%er who, if you saw the biggest, baddest motherfucker get hit in the throat, you wouldn't line your ass up in that line and wait to go to the bathroom. Everybody. Fuck these kids, man. Can't do it. She's a nice lady, but I had to get married. I had to get married. Every man in this room who got married had to get married. I don't know why y'all laugh. And fellas, I don't know why you laughing. You know damn well if you in this room and you married, whatever age you were, you knew, I better marry this bitch. I don't give a damn who you are. If you young and broke and she had a little bit more money, you fucking grabbed onto her fucking legs for dear life. If you old with money, your dick getting ready to fall off, and that young girl wants to use you for your money, you grabbed onto that bitch for fucking dear life. I don't give a shit who you are, Mike. When you had to get married, you had to fucking get married. Stop here, judge me. I will not be judged. No, but I did have to do it, though. I did. I could not continue. Like, I'm not old, but there's a time when you get to be too old to be out here running after these girls. Because the older you get, for whatever reason, what you want gets younger and younger and younger. And if you've ever been a man in your 30s, sitting with a young girl in her 20s at the bar, and listening to this bitch say shit like, and then, and then, and then, and then, and then, you're like, what the fuck am I doing in my life? I gotta get out of this. So I was at that point, man. I was at that point. It was time to get off the streets and stop. It's time to hang up my condoms. And find a woman I could freely bust nuts in. That was what it was time for. Because that's all we want as a man. You want a good woman that you can just freely nut in, man. And just not worry about shit. A woman that you know, whatever birth control y'all talked about, she's actually doing. Because you just can't do that when there's a random hoe in the street that you see twice a week. Like, bitch, you on that pill. Uh-huh. She's not on that pill, you know it. She's not. One of the best things, though, about my wife, though, don't get me wrong, one of the best things is We have no kids at our house. It's awesome. It's a wonderful thing. It's peaceful. It's quiet for the most part. But we got some dogs, because she's a Smurf. But it's peaceful, it's quiet, it's nice. And when you are the couple that has no kids, all your friends with kids want to fuck your shit up. So they invite you to things all the time. So we go to everything if we can. And when I say if we can, I mean we lie a lot about being busy. But recently I did have a buddy. He said, hey man, I want you to come to my son's game. It's a championship, if you could. Now I missed every game that season because I lied. And I sat in those bleachers and I watched his son play this game. And I watched his child only hit his face with that bat for an entire afternoon. And that game was over. I came out the stands and I just shook my head. And I stepped aside. My buddy came out the stands, he walked right up to his son. He said, don't worry about it. You'll get him next week. No, he won't. This fucking kid sucks. It's terrible. And I don't know where he found the heart to lie. I don't have that. I would have had to be honest. That conversation would have been completely different had that little boy been my child. I'd have came right up them stands. Look here, bro. Gas is almost $5 a gallon. I can't keep riding all the way out to Mesa for this bullshit, you understand me? And let me ask you a question, little motherfucker. Let me ask you a question. How do you not hit the ball? It's on a fucking tee. How do you not hit the ball? Can't do it, man. Can't do it. I don't know how y'all do it. But I married my wife, had to marry her, because I couldn't be out here with these young girls anymore. Because young girls do stupid shit. If you're an older cat out here still chasing them, you know what I'm talking about. If you are a woman in here under the age of 25, shame on you. Shame. Shame on you if you are under the age of 25. Because y'all do stupid shit. We are grown men. We work, we have jobs, we pay taxes. When I'm done doing with this is my job. I don't care if I'm on the road. I like to go back to my room and go to sleep. Because I'm tired. And I pay taxes. But young girls like to do stupid shit, like seeing you pictures of themselves naked in the middle of the night. What the fuck I care about this? I've seen ass and titties before. I'm a grown man. I pay taxes. And as a grown man who pays taxes, I'm more concerned about other things in this photo. Like, why didn't you make your bed before you sent this picture to me? There's a pair of dirty socks in the corner of your bedroom. You need to get your shit together. I can't come over and fuck you in this nasty ass house. This is disgusting. Some of these women like to take the picture in the bathroom. There's a whole roll of toilet paper on your bathroom sink. You brought the shit in, put it back on the roll. Show me you can finish the task. That's what I find sexy. And I can see in this picture, you squeeze the toothpaste in the middle. I'm OCD. This shit will never work. I can't be fighting with you on how to squeeze toothpaste, bitch. But I would just say that to him. My mother raised a gentleman. Just text back some tips. Just text back a few tips, man. I will let him know, if you want to get yourself a good grown man that pays taxes, take some pictures of some shit that a taxpayer wants to see. You know, maybe take a picture of yourself stirring a pot of macaroni and cheese on the weekend. Maybe take a picture of yourself using some coupons down at the grocery store. Show us you gonna care about our money as much as we care about our money. And maybe take a picture of yourself changing the oil on your own goddamn car. There ain't a man in this room who ain't married who wouldn't get on bending knee if he see a bitch change the oil on her fucking car. Because every grown man in this room knows what I know. You stay with your lady long enough, the pussy goes away. But these chores around the house are forever, and we looking for some help. I need a woman with a good set of shoulders on a strong back. A lot of these young guys like to go out to the gym and hit on the young women in the cycle class. I'm down there looking for the bitch that's mopping. That's who I'm looking for when I'm down there. Let's see how she clean that grout together. Grout together. Yeah, man, yeah. I want to touch on something here real quick. I'm black. So, I've been this thing my entire life, and my mother has threatened to disown me several times throughout my life. So I'm from Michigan, as I was saying before, and when you are from Michigan, you grow up, almost everyone you know is a part of the big three. I don't care if they're white, black, Italian, I don't give a shit what they are. They are part of the big three in some shape or fashion. And the majority of them are Democrats. They are. I never have been. Never have been. Part of that was because when I was growing up, we had no one until, and everyone likes to say the Cosby Show, but that didn't come till the fucking mid-'80s. By that time, your thoughts are pretty much formed as a young man, and you're looking for someone you can look up to who may have the same sensibilities that you do even as a little boy. And for me, and you guys are gonna laugh, but for me, it was Michael J. Fox on Family Ties. That was my fucking first hero, if you will, outside of athletics. 100%, sir, 100%. I carried a briefcase to school in the 5th grade. My mother completely forgot about it until I reminded her recently, and she said, oh yeah, you know what? I'm still surprised you never got beat up carrying that briefcase to school. You let me carry that motherfucker every day? She said, I just had to let you be you. Like, I would beg for her to buy me a blazer with suede elbow patches. And she said, absolutely not. She never would fucking buy me one. She never would buy me one. But that was who I idolized as I was growing up, and that's what got me kind of into the Republican Party, so on and so forth. And it wasn't just TV. I was a pretty smart kid, so I was able to figure certain shit out. And that is just where my mind was geared towards, was towards that party, up until that orange dude got in the office. And I double dutched my ass right out the party. I'm still conservative, but I'm an independent. And I like to give that because people never believe me when I say I am a black conservative. They never believed me when I said I was a black Republican. But it's true. It is just what it is. And I think people don't believe it because we get too caught up on race. Too caught up on race. Like, I don't give a fuck. I know what's going on out there, just like everyone else does. We're all going through shit. So I don't give a fuck. If you are racist, I only ask that you be honest. If you don't like black people, just be honest about it. Show's over tonight. You want to walk up to me and say, hey, Sidney, I don't like black people. But I dig those Jordans. I'm gonna say thank you, and I'm gonna keep it pushing, man. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Because you were honest. That's the only thing that upsets me about some races is the lack of honesty. Like when you say, we want to get rid of all illegals, but we can't find them. That's not being honest. It's not hard to find an illegal in Arizona. They all drive white Chevy S10s. And they all have 8-foot ladders in the fucking bed. It's not hard. You don't know another demographic that can fucking put an 8-foot ladder in a fucking Chevy S10. Not another demographic in Arizona. Don't know another one. Now, I myself enjoy an illegal at my house. Every 4 to 5 weeks. They are amazing with the shrubbery, all right? They are amazing with the shrubbery. Does he have his papers? I don't know. I'm not famous enough yet to give a fuck. That motherfucker comes out there, heat, no heat, wind, he's hanging on the bushes, fucking legs are up in the fucking air, just snapping away, getting the shit done. Not you motherfuckers. You ever asked one of you to come help move? I'm gonna be honest though, I'm not gonna point the finger here. You can't ask me to help you move either. I'm not helping you move. I've worked too hard and put myself in such a position that all of my friends have jobs. And not just any job, they have good jobs. You better hire movers. Ask me. I will break this friendship up in a heartbeat if you ask me to help you move. I will. You thought your father left you in the middle of the night. Wait till I see what I do to you. I do have one friend, I'm not gonna point at him. He asked me to help him move a few years ago, and I did. And he had this couch that he's had for a long time. And this particular friend of mine, at the time, he was a whore. I see a lot of women looking at their husbands right now. Motherfucker better not be talking about shit. No, you cannot just be someone out here just asking people to help you move. I am taping this fucking thing. I'm up here crying and laughing. I hope you guys are having a good time. I apologize if you're not. I'm crying up here. I don't have anything against whores. No. My sperm donor was a whore. I have nothing against whores. That man's got a lot of kids. For people out there who don't know, I have 2 older brothers named Sidney. The man who produced us, name is Sidney. I have several nephews named Sidney. So there's a long line of needless Sidneys just running around out there. I did promise myself something one day though. I said out of all the Sidneys, I will take this name and make it greater than anyone else could ever fucking make this name. So I don't mind whores, and I'm not trying to say that I do. I don't. I mean, at one point in time, we all were whores. I'm looking at a lot of hoes in here. Some of y'all recovering, some of y'all faking. So marriage is okay. On a scale of 0 to 10, I would say my marriage is a strong 5. Strong 5. Now, some of you like, I can't believe you said that. That's because you watch a lot of Disney and Hallmark movies. And you don't understand what marriage is. Marriage is tough sometimes. And a good marriage is a fucking 5. Some of you here, your marriage is a 0. And everybody knows it. Because whenever we go out with you, when one gets up to go to the bathroom, the other one starts bitching right away. So we know your marriage is awful. From me to you, we would just like for you to get a divorce and just release us from our fucking misery. Some of you here, you think your marriage is a 10. And we know that because you won't shut the fuck up on social media. Every fucking day, you're on IG, Facebook, TikTok with the same fucking post. How many times can we look at a picture of you and your ugly kids across all platforms? And your post, perfect husband, perfect kids, perfect house. Fuck you. There's no such thing as a perfect marriage. We know that couple is one argument away from a murder-suicide weekend. No fucking such thing. A perfect marriage at my house is a Sunday afternoon where nobody talks to anybody all fucking day long. The perfect fucking day of marriage. Friday, 5 p.m., we both clock out of this bitch. I sit on my couch, she sits on her couch, she's swiping away on her phone. She could be looking at dicks, I don't know. And I don't give a fuck. Because I don't have to till 7 a.m. on fucking Monday. Perfect fucking day. Every person in this room, and I'm talking to my fellas, has come home from work and opened up that garage door and saw her car. And thought to yourself, I can't believe this bitch came back. I called her mother a cunt this morning. I cannot believe she came back. Cannot believe it. Marriage is tough, man. It's tough. I mean, if you want to be honest with young people, and young people always want to come and ask you, oh, how did you know? How did you know? How did you know? Fuck out of here, man. Ask me this bullshit. And it's wrong for you to react that way because you were once that young person. How do you know? How do you know? And it's like every other person you date when you're young, you think, this is it. This is it. It's not it. It's not it. And I remember going to my grandmother, and I said, Grandma, I think I met her. I think this is the one. Should I do it? And she rubbed me gently on my face, like only a grandma can. She looked me in my eyes, and she said, baby, you just know when you know. How the fuck am I supposed to make decisions based off advice like that? That's a cop-out. That's a straight-up cop-out from my grandmother. Every man in here has been out with his boys, having drinks, and it gets to be 1:55. And you're looking at that girl that's just ain't right. And you look at your fellas, and you're like, hey, should I? Never has your boy said, you just know when you know. Never has that advice been given other than by people who don't want to tell you the truth about marriage. And the truth about marriage is this. Marriage is not about love. Marriage is not about companionship. And for fellas who are not married yet, marriage is not about sex. Marriage is about competition. Marriage is about who can make who feel like shit more often on a regular basis. Marriage is about who wiped that baby's ass last. Marriage is about who loaded that dishwasher last. Marriage is about keeping motherfucking score. That is what marriage is about. And I'll never forget the day I found out. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was yesterday. And I was sitting on the couch, minding my own goddamn business. Feet kicked up, enjoying some of my favorite programs on Netflix. And my wife said, did you put those clothes in the dryer? And I said, yes. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I had not put those clothes in the dryer. And she looked at me and she said, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. She said, no, you didn't. So now I gotta kick it up a notch. And so I cursed. I said, how the fuck do you know I didn't put them in? And she just stayed calm. She said, because I know you didn't. I just looked at her and said, how the fuck would you know? She said, because I put the motherfucking clothes in the dryer. See, my grandmother did not tell me there was gonna be pop quizzes in fucking marriage. She set me up. Then my wife got up and decided she wanted to go to the store. Costco, to be specific. Now, I don't mind if she goes to the store. I have questions. Like, why do we have a Costco membership? There's only 2 people that live in this house. Why is there a big ass jar of pickles in the back of my refrigerator? What is that about, man? What the fuck is this about? So she gets up, she gets ready, does her hair, showers up, does the whole deal. You know, too much for a woman going to the grocery store. And just when she gets ready to touch that door handle, she spins and she looks at me and she says, would you like to go? She knows goddamn well I don't want to go to the grocery store. I'm sitting here, I'm minding my own business. I got my feet kicked up, man. And I know what some of you are thinking. Sidney, you're a grown man. You pay taxes. Just tell her you don't want to go. You're right, I could. I could just say, no, I don't want to go. I could have jumped up and said, fuck you, you know I don't want to go. But I don't, because I like having access to all my money at the same time every month, so I don't do that. I get up, I put my clothes on, and we go to the store. Now again, like I said, I don't mind going. There's certain times of the year I don't really care for going. Sometimes there's that little gang that hangs in my neighborhood outside the grocery store. They're about this tall. They wear green. Be pushing them shitty ass cookies on you all the time. Like, I don't like it because unlike some of you, there's 2 groups of people in this room. One of you, you go up and you pay for the cookies just to get rid of them. The rest of you will walk all the way around the fucking parking lot to get to your fucking car so you don't have to buy these fucking cookies. I am the 3rd group all by myself because I walk right up to these little bitches. And the conversation goes like this. Let me ask you a question. Why would I pay $6 for your cookies when I just got 2 pack of Oreos for $5 inside the grocery store? This is a terrible business plan. And I remember you from last year. I don't see another patch in your sash. What the fuck you been doing all year with my money? No, don't walk away from me. Ask these fucking questions, Megan. Because the little bitch's name is always Megan. That's what I always put up front. Always blonde with blue eyes. They think you're gonna catch you with that shit. You ain't getting me with that. I walk right up, I just kick one of the legs right from underneath the cookie stands. Moms be sitting in the back, leaning on another table like cookie pimps. Just not doing anything, man. Just pushing this child labor. People tease me about child labor in my Nikes. What about the Girl Scouts, man? Why can't we go after that? Why you gotta fuck with my swoosh? Because nobody in this room has ever finished a box of Girl Scout cookies. You see all the grumblings for the greedy motherfuckers? I got 5 or 6 at home right now. I'm freezing away. That's why I can't be a teacher, man. Y'all out here screaming out cookies and shit, man. I can't do it. Can't do it. So one of my favorite things to do with the wife is to hang out and just watch documentaries. We enjoy it. We do. We have a good time, but we're kind of nerdy like that. She likes to read a lot. I like to read some things here and there, but we really like watching docs. Like our favorite documentary is Blackfish. Round of applause. Anyone seen it? Few of you? Okay. I'll explain it. I'll explain it to those who have not seen it. It's absolutely hilarious. Blackfish is the documentary where they talk about how the killer whales at SeaWorld had been killing the employees of SeaWorld for many years. It is phenomenally hysterical. And that's because you either still worked at SeaWorld or you would get killed by a big ass fish. And I would like to think that if I worked at the grocery store and the shopping carts were just killing motherfuckers in the parking lot, I would at least put my 2 weeks in and get the fuck out of there. One of the best scenes of the whole flick, there's this Caucasian gentleman sitting at the edge of the pool, 2 killer whales just swimming around in the water. My man has his foot just dangling in the water like it's a Sunday afternoon at the beach. Just dangling. And one of these whales grabs his ass by the leg and snatches his ass in the water. Kills him. I don't know why. You don't know why. Only God knows why. But what I do know is there were no black people harmed in the making of that documentary. Not a one. We are that. Y'all fuck around if you want to. For generations, y'all thought black people can't swim. We can swim, we just do it at the appropriate goddamn time. And that ain't the right time. In fact, if you're a white person in here without any black friends, you need to get yourself some. Because we will find danger quicker than you will and let you know that. Don't go down there. Don't go down there. Like for years, y'all talk shit about black people at the movies because we like, don't do it, girl. Don't open the door. What you should have been saying is, be my friend. And we will keep you out of fucking danger. My wife and I, when we first started dating, we were leaving the movies just to talk about the differences. And she was driving and I'm sitting there. And the fucking police lights come on. You can see them in the fucking car. And I'm like, all right. And inside, I'm like, all right, just be cool, be cool. Police car goes around. And she goes, whew. I looked at my Caucasian girlfriend at the time, she's my girlfriend. I said, what are you hooing about? She said, you ever just get the cops behind you and then they go around and you're just like, whoo. So I took my hand out and put it next to hers and I said, no. What are you talking about? That never happens. Jesus Christ, I'd have pissed myself if I was driving. Fuck no, man. In 2023, we still have racial issues in our marriage. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. 2023, and we've been together a long time. We still have issues, man. Like raising pets is difficult for us. Difficult, because y'all love the hell out of some dogs, man. Love the dogs. Like, she doesn't, I tell this all the time, man. She denies it, but she's lying. If it came down to saving me of those dogs, my black ass is gone, y'all. That's it. If one of those dogs needed a fucking heart transplant, she would kill me to get that heart out of me. Get that one of the fucking dogs. She would kill me, man. She came to me once, she said, I think we need to take the dog to the vet. And I said, why? And she did you hear me? I think we need to take the dog to the vet. And I repeated my response. I said, why? She said, because the dog is sick. She said, you guys didn't take your dogs to the vet when you were growing up? I said, that's not what we do in Black America. That's not what we do. In Black America, when your dog gets sick, you go to school and you come home to a different story on how your dog got out the yard. Then you get a new fucking dog and you move on with your fucking life. Anybody here in Black, tell me I'm lying right now. Everybody black in this room had about 100 dogs from the age of 5 to 18. That whole shit where you have one dog for your entire life, that's white people shit. That costs a lot of money to keep that motherfucking dog alive beyond his life expectancy. Black people ain't doing that. It's not how we live, man. But I wanted to fuck that day, so we took this dog to the vet. And I ran that dog in. I mean, I really grade anatomied it up, man. I ran in. I had blue scrubs on. I was doing just chest compressions. And I walked right up to this woman. I said, can you help save my dog? I love this dog. Please help me save this dog. And my wife is standing over there just watching me with her judgmental eyes. And this white woman on the other side just kind of looked at me and she said, sir, does your dog have insurance? And I said, bitch, I don't have insurance. And then my wife took out a fucking insurance card for this fucking dog. So I said, bitch. I was so upset about this, man. I was so mad. I get a sneeze, I can't go see about it. This dog is alive. I don't know what they did to it. Stitched her ass up, she's good. By the time we got her back to the house, the wife was too tired to fuck, so I got a lazy ass hand job. I don't mean to be ungrateful, but every married man in here knows the hand job is the thing you just have to take because there's nothing else gonna be offered up. You just gotta live with that. When you're younger and you're dating and your woman tries to give you a hand job, you smack her hand. What the hell are you doing? Don't you ever do anything to me that I can do to myself. But when you get older, you pray for a hand job. It don't have to be a good one. It could be fucking unlotion. She could have just washed her hands and put them motherfuckers under a dryer. Dry as fucking. You would still take that hand job when you're married long enough. I do want to talk to the ladies, though. I want to tell you guys something before I do get out of here. Well, look, ladies, any man that you're with right now, I want you to understand something about him. He's useless. Absolutely useless. And that's any man. That's any man. That's my brothers in here. That's dudes that I've never met before, and you came out to support, and I love it, and I appreciate you. That's Chip. I don't give a fuck. That's Mike in the back. That's every man in this room is absolutely useless. Absolutely. There have been no real updates to a man since God created us. You are sitting with an iPhone 6 right now. Now, could you use that iPhone 6 to dial 911 for help? Sure. But that's about it. And I'm saying that to say this. Ladies, stop bringing us your problems. We cannot help you. Whatever soap opera y'all are all working at, Monday through Friday from the hours of 9 to 5, stop bringing that shit home. We cannot help you. My wife came home last week. I could see she was upset. And as a good husband, I looked at her and I fucked up and I said, what's wrong? You ever say something and the minute it's out, you just want to grab the words and pull that shit back in? Because then she started to tell me what was wrong. And she says, I'm upset because Brenda keeps using my stapler without my permission. What am I supposed to do about this? I can't help her with this. Best I can do is beat Brenda's ass in the parking lot of that job. I can't help her with that. And stop pulling both your titties out at the same time. We do not need to see your big titty and your little titty. That is unnecessary. You put your man in an awkward position every time you pull that little titty out. Every time. You turn your man into a stepdad that has 2 stepkids, but he only really loves one of them. No one wants to see that little titty. I'm just all upset. That's all I'm saying, right? Just do us that favor. Just do us that favor. I will say this, ever since I've been telling that joke, I've discovered I have one little ball. I had no idea. I didn't know my wife was hiding that from me for all these years. Until one time I was getting ready to perform, and she said, oh, look at that little guy. Sometimes she lets me touch you in the bedroom. Sometimes it's nice. Other times I got to sneak up on it. Catch it. That's when she comes out of the room, sometimes peeking around the corners. I got better with hiding, because I'll tackle her. Get her. What we do, make love. I'm married, that's how I have to say it now. I always like her to face that way. And sometimes I pull her hair. I do. If she's facing that way, I'm pulling her hair. And she thinks like that's like another level of kink for whatever reason. And that's not what it is at all. This knee ain't what it used to be. And I ain't about to fall over and bust my head for no pussy. I tell you that right now. I'll be back there fucking just hanging on, man. Just hanging on, but I can see. And I also like her to look that way too, so she doesn't see all the sweat and tears that are forming back here as I try to pleasure her. It's not as easy as it used to be, man. It gets tougher. It gets tougher, man. As you get older as a man, it gets tougher. The shit you used to be able to do, you can't do it the same way. You can lie to yourself and say that you can. But you can't do it the same way. Like a year ago, my wife rolled over, wanted to get frisky, Saturday morning. Yeah. And I said, skirt. What are you doing? She said, I thought we would, we had some, we don't have to be, I didn't see any paperwork come across my desk that we would be doing this Saturday morning. I said, you just can't jump up and take a vacation day without putting a request in, right? I need to see some paperwork. Because there's certain things I need to do prepare for this situation. I need a full week. I need a full week of vitamins, protein, all right? I gotta get my sexy Saturday bag together. Now some of you laugh because you're freaks. And you guys have other things in your sexy Saturday bag, I would imagine, or you think you would, like lotions and oils. It's not what I have in my bag. I have shit like Gatorade in my bag. You gonna laugh? Oh, I'm the only man whose hamstrings has tightened up on him in the middle of fucking? Ladies, I'm gonna put you down a little secret here. When your man is making sweet love to you and sweating and breathing and just going at it, and he stops for no reason at all, and you say, baby, what are you doing? And he says, I'm taking a break for you. No, that motherfucker's taking a break for him. One time I was on top of my wife making sweet love, and she touched my face ever so gently, and she said, are you okay? And I said, yes, why? She said, because one side of your face is drooping. Now, I'm not too embarrassed to tell y'all I was stroking out at the time. But I knew, God forbid, I stopped fucking her right at that moment. I never saw the pussy again. I pushed through. I made it happen. And to show you how selfish she was, she came twice. That's how selfish she was. How dare you look away? She did come twice. It's a real story. My mother, my mother is a hard woman. A hard woman. I was just talking to a friend of mine who reminded me of something I said about my mother. Like my mother, 32-year retired veteran of General Motors, raised 4 kids. And she has some of the hardest hands you would have ever felt if she hit you with them. Like they were big hands, they were hard hands, like you could feel all the overtime. She put them paws on you, man. And she was a hard woman, and I think that is something that get lost in the conversations when we're talking about black women and black men, white women, white men. The thing that gets lost in all of these conversations is that we all come from fucking different backgrounds. But if you break it down into general terms, black people just grow up differently than white people. For a lot of years, white people, you grew up with both your parents. So you already had those roles. Your dad was your dad, your mom was your mom, and those were the traditional roles normally that were played. But for a lot of years, for black people, that's not the case. For a lot of different reasons, the women were taking care of the kids, and they had to play both roles. And so that turns out sometimes little black girls who feel like they have to do the same thing. And then they turn out other black girls feel like they have to do the same thing, and so on and so forth. And sometimes they can be a little hard. And my mom is one of those hard women. And if you were at my wedding, you know how much I love my mom. When I gave my speech, I cried. When I danced with her, I cried. That's my mom. She's a pain in the fucking ass, but that's my mom. Love her to death. And I remember she has always wanted the best for us, to the point that she moved us out of Detroit to a very small town with like 2 stoplights, and we were the only black kids. My graduating class when I graduated was 96 people. That's how small the town was and how small the school was. But I know she felt like she was doing a good thing. Not to us. We hated her guts. I cussed her out under my breath every day. Every day. But when I look back on those moments, I'd say I'm very grateful, because she doing that has allowed me to do so many great things, because I grew up in an area where we were the one of only for a lot of us. When I graduated, only one. My little brother is right here. He graduated, fucking the only one. And that gives you some bullshit, but that gives you some skill sets that you can carry forward in life as well, and things you're able to deal with. And I thank her for it today. But there was some bullshit in that high school. And one of the things you probably didn't have to go through was, for our homecoming week, one of our theme days was Slave Day. 100%. Slave Day was a real thing. And I remember sitting in the class as a freshman, 5 foot tall, 100 pounds soaking wet, and the teacher stood up and said, "Okay, kids, it is now time to get ready for the slave auction." And I'm sitting there in my chair, and I'm just looking around. Because in my mind, y'all better be bringing some other black people in for this auction, because I know Valerie ain't playing this shit, so all y'all gonna get fucked up. And as I'm sitting there, I'm trying to muster the courage to stand up and shout this shit down. And as I find it, and as I get ready to stand, they walked 6 white kids in for the auction. So I sat back down. And I thought, I can get behind this. I bought 2. Greatest week of my life. I mean, I had them motherfuckers doing some real shit, man. I could not wait for next year's fucking slave fucking day, man. I could not wait. Do you know they canceled Slave Day for next year? Who do you think was the first one down there bitching at the principal's office about Slave Day being canceled? I bought some seeds, man. They gonna do some real shit that fucking year, man. I've been Sidney Smith. You guys have been awesome. Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you. Thank you, guys.